Hello, welcome to chapter 32, part 1, Bootstrap Tooltip, brought to you by Ankpro Technologies. My name is Harish. In this session, we will be learning like how to build the Bootstrap Tooltip. So, first let us understand what do you mean by tooltip. For example, in your web page, if you wish to add a new element which the end user is not aware of. So, at that point of time, you have to tell the end user like what that element is going to do. So in a sense, you're going to give a tip to the user telling like this element is going to do this set of work. So how can we pass that message to the end user? And we can pass that message to the end user with the help of this tooltip. In the sense, this tooltip is going to give a tip to the user what that element is going to do. For example, here you can observe an image. Okay, in this image you find a button, and when I over on this button, you can find I'm getting a tip telling like, hello, I am a home button tooltip. So this is what we call a tooltip, and in this session we are going to learn like how to get this tooltip. And here the list of options which are present here, and we'll understand them very clearly when we code in Visual Studio. Right now let me jump into Visual Studio and let me start coding for the tooltip. So what I'll do right now, as present in the image, we have to take a button. That button, it has a name called home. So what I'll do, first I'll take a button. To this button, let me add a name as home. After that, let me make use of the Bootstrap button classes what we learned to make it stylish button, and let me add it button primary. And after that, let me add a title telling like, hello, I am home button tooltip. Okay, and after that now I need to set one attribute. That attribute is data dash attribute data dash toggle is equal to tooltip. Okay, control S. When I push this page to the browser, let me see how it renders there. You can observe we are getting a button, and let me make that button large such that it looks good. How to make that button large? We need to add one Bootstrap button class, that is btn large lg. Control S. Let me go back and let me refresh. You can observe the size of the button is increased. Now when I move my mouse over on that, I'm getting like, hello, I am home button tooltip, but that is not that good. So how to make it more stylish? In order to make it more stylish, and in order to get in this manner like this, okay, with black color background and this border radius with the curved edges, how do I get that? In order to get that, I need to write some of the JavaScript code. So what I'll do, I'll scroll at the bottom of the body, then I'll add a script tag. To the script tag, let me add the type what I'm going to write right now. Type is text bar JavaScript, and inside this I need to write a bit of JavaScript code. So what I need to do is I need to write a bit of JQuery here telling like $document dot ready, execute the function. What this function has to do is, okay, control S. What it has to do is I have to identify this button. How do I identify this button? I identify this button with the ID. So let me set the ID as tip button. Okay, now let me copy this ID, control C, and let me give it to the jQuery dollar. Okay, it is ID, so hash. Okay, then I have to call the tooltip method which is present here in the jQuery. Okay, now when I do control S and when I go back and when I refresh, now when I move my over the mouse on the button, you can see we're getting like, hello, I am home button tooltip, exactly the same way which is present in this presentation. Okay, this is how you'll create a tooltip. In the sense, if someone is new to this button, or if he does not know what this button is going to do, when someone over on this button, they'll get a message telling like, hello, I am home button group. This is what the beauty of tooltip is. And apart from that, okay, you can observe here we have some of the tooltip options. In the sense, we have a method called tooltip in the jQuery, and this tooltip you can observe very clearly. Now when you can observe there we are getting intelligence telling like tooltip option. In the sense, this tooltip is going to take some of the options. So let us pass that options and let us make our tooltip still more active. So how do I do that? It's very simple. I have to take all these options. That tooltip method, jQuery tooltip method, is going to take all these options, and let us learn all these options right now. Okay, now suppose when you go back to a web page, and when I over on this button, you can observe the tooltip currently by default it is showing the tooltip at the top. Suppose if I wish to display the tooltip at the bottom, how can I do that? It's very simple. What I need to do is I need to set one data dash attribute, that is data placement. Okay, data placement to bottom. Control S. Let me go back and let me refresh. You can observe that tooltip earlier it was at the top, now it is at the bottom. How did we get that? We got that by using this data dash attributes. Okay, this is one way, and the other way of getting this tooltip at the bottom is by using this tooltip options, that is placement. What does this placement option does? This tooltip placement can be top, left, right, and bottom, and the default is top. So what I need to do is now instead of using this data dash attribute, I'll make use of the option, that is placement. So how do I do that? It's very simple. To this tooltip, I'll take two curly braces, and inside that I have to pass the options. The first option is I want to place the tooltip to the bottom. How do I do that? I have to take like placement. Okay, placement. I have to set the value to bottom. Control S. When I go back and when I refresh, you can observe the tooltip is coming at the bottom. And how did we set that? We set that using this option, that is placement, which is passed to this tooltip method. Okay, and now let me show you some other methods, that is title. Okay, title, it is used to add title for the tooltip. Currently we are adding title in our button tag itself. Instead of adding title here, we can add it as an option. Okay, how do I do that? I'll copy this, which is present in the button right now. Control X, I'll cut it and paste it here. But I need to do one change, that is instead of this equal to, I have to pass this colon. Control S. Now when I go back and when I refresh, now it works the same. Hello, I am home button tooltip. That is the title. In the sense we can set the title in the button tag itself, or else we can set it using the option of the tooltip method. Okay, let me see the third option, that is animation tooltip. Value can be true or false, and the default is true. Currently the animation is set. You can observe the tooltip, it fades in and fades out. This is what we call animation. Now the animation by default it is true. Now if I set it to false, okay, observe, if I set this animation to false, what happens? Animation to false, I'll set it to false. Control S. When I go back and when I refresh, now you observe the tooltip, the way it comes, it's faster. Okay, you can observe it's faster and it goes very earlier also. This is because we have turned off the animation. Okay, by default the animation will be there. It is, in the sense, the animation will be true, but now we are set it to false. Okay, and let me show you the fourth option, that is delay. Time delay for showing and hiding the tooltip. It can take numerical values in milliseconds or an object. In the sense, the animation it happens that we can make it delay or we can make it fast. So what we can do is we should take this option. Let me show you how it works. First of all, if I want to work with the delay, I have to set my animation to true, and later let me take a delay. Okay, I'll set the delay to 400 milliseconds. Okay, now you observe, right now I'll not refresh the page. Now you observe how the tooltip comes. It comes immediately, but now what I've done is I've set the delay to 400 milliseconds. In the sense, the tooltip it comes after 400 milliseconds. Right now I've not refreshed the page. Now as soon as I refresh, you can observe when I hover the mouse on that button, the tooltip comes after 400 seconds, and also when I remove the mouse from that button, the tooltip appears after 400 milliseconds. This is what the advantage of using this delay. In the sense, it can take numerical values in milliseconds. Right now we saw that. And what is this? An object. In the object, in the sense, to this delay we can pass two values. The two values include like show, it can show 400 seconds, like after 400 seconds, and hide after 800 seconds, 800 milliseconds, sorry, 400 milliseconds and 800 milliseconds. Now when I go back and when I refresh, and we are telling like it should show after 400 seconds. So when I move my mouse over on that, it is showing after 400 seconds, and it is you can observe it is showing after 400 seconds, and it will display, and it will remove it after 800 seconds, and it's happening right now. This is what 800 milliseconds. This is what we call delay. In the sense, we can set two things like when it has to show and when it has to hide. Currently it is showing after 400 seconds and hiding after 800 milliseconds. Okay, I hope you understood this. The value 400, it is milliseconds, not the second, sorry for that. Okay, and coming back to my presentation, HTML, it specifies the HTML for the tooltip. It can take true or false values. Default is false. Okay, in the sense, currently I'm passing title within the double quotes, that is, it acts as a string. Now if I pass it as a HTML, how it renders, let us see that. I'm passing it in a paragraph tag. Now let me see how it renders there, whether it brings this paragraph tag also. Let me see that. Now you can observe it is bringing us the paragraph tag also. Now how do I cut off those paragraph tags? It's very simple. What I need to do is I need to turn on this HTML. Okay, it specifies the HTML for tooltip. It can take true or false values. By default it is false. So now I have to turn it to true. How do I turn it? HTML true. And now we'll get only hello I am home button tooltip, not this paragraph tags, because this HTML I've set it to true, and this HTML is going to cut this paragraph tags and is going to render as a paragraph. Control F5. Now you can see we're getting only hello I am home button tooltip, not the paragraph tag width. Okay, how do I get that? We get that by setting this HTML to true. And in this session we saw like what all the options this tooltip can take. It can take placement, title, animation, delay, and true. And delay, the values it takes in milliseconds. Okay, keep in mind it takes in milliseconds, not the seconds. Fine. Okay, and also we saw like how to build a beautiful tooltip, and we also saw the options what the tooltip method is going to take. And finally we saw a beautiful demo. And finally, thank you for listening. Have a great day. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel Ankpro Training. You can also like our Facebook page visiting these URLs. You can also follow us on Twitter. For further references, refer our website. We are on LinkedIn too. Last but not the least, please don't forget to give the feedback. Thank you. Have a great day.